It's free money, so why not?
Here's how the accounts work. For every U.S. citizen born after December 31st, 2024, before January 1st, 2029, the federal government will make a one-time contribution of $1,000 into a tax-deferred account that will track the overall stock market. In other words, it'll be pegged to an index that we'll pick. These accounts will be private property controlled by the child's guardians, and in many cases, those guardians will be the parents. We think probably the parents will be the guardians. They'll be open for additional private contributions each year from family, friends, parents, employers, churches, private foundations, and more. This is a pro-family initiative that will help millions of Americans harness the strength of our economy to lift up the next generation, and they'll really be getting a big jump on life, especially if we get a little bit lucky with some of the numbers and the economies into the future.
It's free money, so why not? The real question is going to be whether or not a parent and or other family members should be contributing to this type of account on a forward-going basis. Let me break it down. You see, when it comes to the concept of the Trump account, we have the $1,000 that the government's going to be contributing, and that's it. There's no additional contributions that they'll be making, but you are eligible to allow other individuals to contribute to that account as well, all the way up until the child turns 18. Once that child turns 18, the account itself converts essentially into sort of like an IRA. Now, there are other ways to use those funds prior to actual retirement, but there will be penalties associated with getting access to those funds. But it is, in essence, some sort of like head start, meaning an 18-year head start on the concept of retirement savings. Now, there's limitations with regard to the contributions, total $5,000 of additional contributions that are permitted per year, up to $2,500 of that could come from an employer. What we have to understand is whether or not this is the best actual utilization of savings, right? Most parents, when they're talking about their children, are really aimed at nearer term savings objectives, like let's say college funding as an example. And if that were the case, I think it's pretty arguable that Trump accounts are good in that regard, because you get way more flexibility with something like a Section 529 savings plan. Now, again, there's a lot of things that are going to be unfolding in the weeks and months ahead, specifically with regard to how these accounts are actually going to be established. Like, where are they going to be housed? How does a parent take control of them? Likely it'll be some sort of box check that you have to do on your tax return, because the child automatically gets this set up for them on their behalf by the Treasury, so long as the child has a Social Security number. So there's going to be some things that need to be worked out. And what you should do is, if you're interested in exploring this, you should talk about this along with other tax savings vehicles and strategies so that you get the outcomes you desire. Be sure to talk with someone who's in the know, though.